The buyer only missed the deadline to pay the full deposit by just 1 day over what the contract provided for. So we had this new case recently where the buyer lost their deposit, $98,500 deposit, when the seller was able to successfully claim it from them as forfeited, meaning that they didn't get it back once the contract was terminated. The reason why the seller was able to keep it was because the buyer didn't pay the deposit on time, strictly in accordance with the terms of the contract. The contract said that the deposit had to be paid by a certain date, and the buyer wasn't able to comply strictly with that exact date because their internet banking wasn't able to transfer that $98,000 amount in one go over 1 day, so they had to make the payment spread out over 2 days. Complicating matters was that the buyer had spoken to the real estate agent, and the real estate agent had told the buyer that the seller would be okay with it coming in these 2 installments, in these dribs and drabs, and the buyer relied on the fact that the agent had held themselves out to be speaking with the authority of the seller. But it turned out that the agent didn't have that authority to speak on behalf of the seller. The seller didn't authorise the agent to make that statement. The buyer should have gone through the seller directly, or rather the buyer's solicitor should have gone through the seller's solicitor for confirming that extension request. You should always make sure that you've got the ability to perform the contract, pay the deposit on time. Before you enter into a contract, make sure that you've got your banking set up so that you can make that payment, and make sure that the seller is also granting any extensions you request themselves and it's not coming through the agent.